The post yes/no Codeunit. You will notice that when you post a sales order, starting from the sales order page, for example, that you might be asked a question. Would you like to ship, invoice, ship and invoice, or would you like to print, and so on? These questions are asked, user interaction questions, by Codeunit 81 and 82 in this case, and the sales post yes/no and the sales post and print. And these are Codeunits that are built so you can ask the user for interaction, wait for the answer, and after the user has provided the answer, you can then start the posting process, in this case Codeunit 80, which will then also start journal posting. Now in our Codeunit 80, the sales post and other posting routines, we will be explicitly locking certain tables. And while you are locking tables, you should never be providing user interaction or waiting for the answer of the user. Why is that? Well, when you lock a table and then you start to wait for the answer of the user, your table will remain locked. So we don't want that to happen, and that's why we have separate Codeunits in which we will provide some user interaction, and once that is handled, then we will start the posting procedure. So let's have a look at an example. Here we are in Codeunit 81, the sales post yes/no. In this Codeunit, when you call the on-run trigger, you typically would like to post a sales order. The first thing that happens is, if we can find something to post, if not, we will throw a nothing to post error. We will then execute the code function in this Codeunit, which is a local function, and that receives the sales header records. And if we drill down a little bit, this is that code function. Here in the code function, we will execute a confirm post. If the user does not confirm it, we exit. And in this confirm post function, if I drill down to it, what we notice is that we will ask the user for confirmation. In this case, we use an str menu, and that we display to the user, in which we provide the user with a selection of choices by using a text constant. And if I do a peek definition of this text constant, I can see in here, separated by a comma, three options: ship, invoice, ship and invoice. So the user is presented with this dialog, and then depending on what the user answers, the answer is received in a selection, and then we know what to do, and we will continue in the code. And it's the Codeunit yes/no that handles this user interaction. After the user has answered the question, we will then continue, and in this case execute our post Codeunit or sales post Codeunit. You will also notice that right before the confirm, there is a publisher that you can subscribe to, and after the posting, there is also here a function that you can subscribe to. So this is an example of using the sales post Codeunit. In the application, we can also notice that if I go, for example, here to a sales order, I'm in the list of sales orders, and I open a sales order, I can click here on the post button, or the post and send or post and print, for example. If I click on the post button, then the sales post yes/no Codeunit is called, in which this confirm function or str menu function, to be correct, displays me with a list of choices, and depending on what I choose, I can then continue, and only after I click on the OK button, and the real sales post Codeunit 80 will be called. But if I cancel, it will not be executed, and while the dialog is being displayed, no locks are on the table. Locks will only start after I click on the OK button. So this is a very good way to start a process asking the user for confirmation before you log or after you log data, but never during a transaction.